Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace and mercy of Allah be upon all of the viewers and listeners. Actually, first of all, I want to extol the Almighty Allah, the Exalted, who has created us and who has given us a lot of or enormous good things. And Almighty Allah also has given us our thinking power, and Almighty Allah has granted us to talk in different languages. However, I'll now tell something about the importance of English language in different way. Actually, English is divided in two ways. First one is communicative English language and second one is competitive English language. Many of our students, teachers and the educative persons knows about something communicative English language, but most important is about the competitive English language. If I ask to any person or any students to say something about his personal affairs or about anything, then he will be able to say as he is a good student or as he is a English learner, then he will be able to say about his personal affairs. Like if I ask any persons, how are you, where you come from, or where do you live in at present, what should I mean life, what will you do after completing your graduation. I think that most of our common students they will easily answer of these questions and they will have the ability of this English speaking. But if I ask to them about any other topics, or instantly if I give them like tell me something about the globalization process, or tell me something about the respiration, or tell me something about our world climate changing, then most of our students or many of our English speakers will not show the real eagerness or tendency of saying or answering of this question, because they don't know how to speak about a single topics at least 2 minutes, 5 minutes or 3 minutes. So to speak at least 5 minutes or 3 minutes or coming in the stage, students or learners must have a good command of Bangla language at first of these topics that has been asked to him to tell or to deliver. So this is the main fact. So if a student doesn't know the Bangla or the comments or main ideas about any topics or unknown topics like globalization, deforestation or climate changes, then he'll not be able to speak at least 5 minutes or 3 minutes. But if he has a good command in his mind how to say or what's the activities, characteristics and regions, or the some information stored in his mind, then I think he will be able to say about any topics. Otherwise students will not be able to say or answer at least 5 minutes or 3 minutes. So most important point one is, if we want to say about any topics, any unknown topics, first of all we have to identify some knowledge about that topic that has been asked to me. So what will you do in these regards to enhance our knowledge about different types of unknown topics? First of all, we should read, as we are Bengali, we can read different kinds of composition, Bangla composition from any kinds of newspapers or any kinds of Bangla books. That means Bangla second paper. You can read the composition section, that means Bangla composition sections, and you can also learn the another topics from different kinds of books or newspapers or magazines, or you can also know from your searching via from internet or Google. And if you have a good knowledge about unknown topics in Bangla language in your mind, then inshallah if you know how to say English language, then you will try be able to convert it in English language. Otherwise, without having some information about any single topics, students or learners or a competitive students will not be able to speak about this fact or in this regard. So I will tell all of the viewers and listeners or the competitive persons who want to enhance his power of English language, Communicative English language is very easy, and if you practice it at least 2 minutes or 3 minutes every day about any single topics or after any questions, then you'll be able. But most important things is competitive English language. It's this is the most horizon area of the English zone. Competitive English also refers a lot of things, including transformation of sentences and including analyzing or making differences and making debate about any topics, and also writing a lot of things, thinking or applying the distinguish between two opposite subjects. This is the main things. And also the competitive English refers the right form of verbs, the synonyms and antonyms, and also the more powerful subject verb and agreements relations, and the sequence of complex or complicated sentences. So what we should do in this regard, or if you want to enhance about our competitive English language, first of all you have to increase your communicative English speaking. And if you are good at in communicative English language, then inshallah your competitive English language will be automatically increased. Otherwise you will not find any good solution in competitive English language. And many of our students actually they don't study about the competitive English language. They think themselves that if I respond about any questions, or if I'm asked about any question and if I can respond, then he think thinks himself that he is very good at English language. I'm also an English learner as well as I'm a teacher of English language, and I try to enhance my power of English language because learning has no limits or has no limited area. I can learn English language or any other unknown topics from my boyhood to death. It's very easy and common phenomena or common ideas about our learning horizon. So I can also express about any things, and I can also learn about any topics. So most important things is you have to think yourself as a learner of English language. And second one is, if you are good at in any specific topics, then you can teach to the students whatever knowledge you have in your mind or in your knowledge. If you know at least 80% of English language, you can teach to your students 80% of English language. If you know at least 100 rules or 30 rules in English, you can also teach your students 100 rules or 30 rules. You are a teacher of 100 rules. In the similar way, how much you can speak English language, it totally depends on your own practices and own daily schedules. So I'll suggest my listeners and viewers, or especially my students who want to increase his power of English language in the competitive section. First one, you have to create a real eagerness in your mind to earn knowledge in Bangla language, especially about any complicated topics. And second one is, you have to learn the grammatical topics correctly, or grammatical structures, how to change it from Bangla sentence to English sentence. And then you have to apply, and at least 1 page or 2 page you have to write in your specific copies. And if you can carry on in this way, writing and making composition or different kinds of thinkings and recording by yourself about unknown topics, at least one day one topics, then inshallah gradually step by step you will show that you have a good change in your English speakings. And after 30 days you will be able to speak at least 30 subjects or 30 topics, 30 unknown topics. So first of all you should make a real eagerness. Second one is, you have to collect Bangla information and then you try to change it English language. And third one is, you can write on in your handwriting books and carry on speaking, practicing and recording by your mobile phone. Then I hope it will more better. And you can also do some others activities, like you can share with your friends about any unknown topics. You can ask him to say something, or if your friends knows about any unknown topics, he can also share it to you in Bangla language, and whenever you will say in Bangla language, then you can say in English language. If you are able to translate it in English language, then I hope in this way you'll be able to complete your competitive courses and step by step. Okay, dear listeners and viewers, I am not speaking more here, and later on, very soon, when I'll have enough times, I'll also talk to you how to increase our fluency in English language. And this is the most important, and to keep the coherent in our speaking, and to think about different kinds of topics and how to increase a sentence and what's the main sequence of our English sentence. About the sequence, I'll narrate it later on, and I hope everyone will listen these videos, and if you find any good things are conducive to your English speaking, you can share it, and also you can uh, discuss about our videos or about our topics with your friends. I hope everyone will listen it, and everyone will do accordingly. Okay, and just I'm putting my lectures here stop. I hope very soon I will meet with you again. Until then, may Allah grant you and may Allah grant us a good and a prosperous life in the world as well as in the akhirah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.